not silly, but is there any gender-specific roles in the Hare Krishna community? I've just been observing that the men are chanting or playing the instruments out there. I was just wondering.
Yeah, any gender-specific roles? Okay. You want to answer? I'll ask my wife to answer. We'll get a female, because I might be biased in my...
That was not as a...
No, but maybe.
Yeah.
You want to answer?
In ISKCON, in the Hare Krishna movement, the answer is mostly no, but yes. Like what the service I was doing, men do, and women also. They chant, lead the chanting, they give classes, but there's an element like at this point in time, the gurus, the main gurus that initiate and take disciples are only men. But because this movement came from India and a traditional Indian culture, so in India you wouldn't see a lady on the altar. So it's a bit more separated there, and leading kirtan is not in the traditional temples, ISKCON temples. Women will lead, but with the chanting. But in other ones, it's men, because traditionally the men would, go and do that while the wife would be at home maintaining home and family, and then the husband would come home and instruct what he's learnt from his time at the temple, and they would go and just take darshan. But our teacher here, our Founder-Acharya, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and he was an Indian man and came to the West in 70, and he was a cultured man as well. So when he came to America, that was in the 60s, and the hippie time as well, really opened his eyes. He was like, oh, okay. So he could see also that Western women, the role was quite different. So, they were, educated just the same as men and were working and had that. So he knew that wouldn't necessarily work here. So he's given the opportunity to say, well, women can do what the men can do. So, that's how it is now. But you would see some temples, yes. In India, it's still traditional culture. But yeah, there's no reason why you can't chant and study or whatever in your home in India. But here it's in all other countries around the world is
So yeah, it's basically like Atoya said, everything is mostly ungender biased, but there are a few things which are still, because translating something very ancient into the modern context, so there's still a few things. Just like Australia's just voted for gay marriage, like that, so now it's accepted. I don't have a problem with it, inside the Hare Krishna movement, outside. But there are many inside, like in the Hare Krishna movement, it's not there. Gay marriage is not part of our movement at this point in time, because traditionally it was never there. There was no such thing as gay marriage in the tradition. But in the modern world, we see the modern world's different. I have gay friends, and it's very different now. So in our movement at this point in time, it's not there. So there's like thousands of Hare Krishnas around the world who don't have a problem with gay marriage, but there's many Hare Krishnas in the world who are still very traditional. They say, no, I can't be there. So now, we have to work that out, which will probably take 10 or 20 years for everyone to, because this is the way things work in the world. So, it's, as Atoya said, basically it's pretty much even keel, but there's still some things. You may see some things which are still, because, the tradition and then the modern, it's all being amalgamated. I'd say in 10 or 20 years, I think everything will be pretty much, there won't be any type of restrictions for anyone. But it takes time for people to get used to things. And the world's very different. When you're running an international society, like our movements in every country of the world, so the Brazilians think one way, the Australians think one way, the Indians think one way, Czechoslovakians think one way, so it's like, and then you've got to get them all together. Once a year we have a meeting where like the leaders come from all like that, and you get them all in the room, right? And they've all got their traditions, their cultures, our culture, it's like, and then you've got to get them all together to agree on something. It takes years to come. Like that. So, it just takes time, that's all. But pretty much girls can do everything that we can do. A lot of times they do stuff better. You know, a lot of the women can do many of the things I do as a Hare Krishna like leader. Many of the women can do it better than me. You know, so I'm not going to say, well, you know, the men should do it. It's like, because I can see they're superior in many ways. So.